Hello and welcome to Storm Swords. I am your host Axilla. I've been, organising the tournament, all that good stuff. We're going to jump into round number 2 now. So this is round 2 for mCon esports anyway, as we saw them versus Snakebite in round 1. Now as you can see, bit of an older UI setup here. Basically, for some reason, the first games I managed to cast of an old patch, they were fine. I was able to cast them and with the new Observer UI. However, it's not letting me load any of the old UIs, any UI whatsoever with old replays now, for some reason, ever since the Li Ming patch. So I should have really casted these earlier, struggling to hold a co-caster, which is why I am alone. But technical issues out of the way, let's just jump straight into the game. So apologies initially for that, we're just going to have to go at it old school. So, in the meantime, we're going to have mCon Esports, the blue team on the left, Team Captain Pradin, playing that Malfurion support. We're going to have Seismas on Stitcher, Zegzi playing Muradin, Toldasmar on Jaina, and Solid SND on those Lost Vikings. This is Garden of Terror. Map choice was by the opposition here, which is Team Tonka Truck Crew, or TTC. And we are going to have their captain, Kirito, playing that... What's he playing? Playing that Reyna, sorry. We're... not Reyna. Playing that Leoric. Stormlord Leoric. There you go. Starlord Leoric, sorry. Completely threw me off there. We're going to have VVVVV playing Diablo. Reyna is going to be played by Spyro. Or Spyro. Spyro probably. Poshmap is going to be on that Falstad, flying down to the bottom there, oh so nicely. And last and not least, we're going to have Mordor Sarrow playing that Rhaegar. So, little early push here. They're going to not take a... Oh, they are going to take a tower. Gives them a nice experience advantage in the early game, especially against the Vikings. Now, sorry for my camera work there. We're going to have VVVVV get killed here. That Diablo. Stunned, slowed, rooted, hooked. Just way too much. And Rhaegar going a bit of a risky way round. mCon are going to take full advantage of this and just kill him. Questionable play here. Now, I can't bring up talents or anything like that as a result of not having a UI, so I'm not really going to bring too much attention to them, but there's the first one, so you've got a quick glimpse. If you want it, pause it. But yeah, I'm really going to be focusing this bottom lane as the Vikings are just kind of doing things in the other lanes. mCon doing very well here to soak with those Vikings. As this first night spawns, they're going to most likely get all the seeds bottom. Oh, and an amazing hook by Seismas there. I don't know if he saw him. I think it might have been seen just from the creeps there, but VVVVV on that Diablo probably going to end up falling here. We're going to have him... Oh, with the... Come on, just with the... There's the stun, and there goes the Diablo. So... Barely got the kill there, but they did get the kill. Meanwhile, we're going to have Tonka Truck Crew picking up some seeds in top as mCon pick up the seeds in bottom. Not really much action happening other than the fact that we're going to have a Lost Viking get caught out in the top there. As the soak continues from those Lost Vikings, Solid SMD showing his micro skill quite happily. Ignoring Olaf, but... focusing on Eric. But equal seeds for everyone. Everyone's just going to trade out quite nicely. Kirito on that Space Lord Leoric. I don't know why that skin's showing up there when this was played before the skin was released. So, whatever. So, in the meantime, we're going to have mCon start to look to push towards this this bottom fort. They'll probably be able to take it, Terror or not, which obviously they don't have. Both teams getting exactly equal 90 seeds here. And because they're pushing in on this, they've got the Lost Vikings soaking all the other lanes quite happily. No real kind of counter push happening. I think Reyna and Falstad could be doing more in this lane, but we're going to get a bit more of a counter push here in mid for Tonka Truck Crew. Meanwhile, mCon do finish up that fort and are moving in. They are about half a level ahead, just over half a level ahead. As yeah, the rest of Tonka Truck Crew decide to just head north and try and take this fort. So what they're doing right now, which I think is quite clever of them, is not split soaking. They are just going, okay, let's just take things like forts. Let's just win a lane. We'll get the experience from that and then we'll move on. They took the entire wall there. They've taken the entire wall here. They'll most likely move down bottom, but a fight may be about to occur here as we're going to have Seismass on that Stitches, potentially looking for a hook. No, just going for that hard camp, and mCon know about this. They're going to push it back, and Jaina taking a good chunk of damage there. Going to get a heal from Malfurion. There's a really, really tight alley here that Kirito has found himself on the other end of, and he will just be able to get himself away with that spectral walk. Now, Falstad coming in from behind. Going to get punished for it. Rooted and then killed by the Jaina for the most part. And Diablo not able to tank enough for his team as he's barely getting away. Lost Vikings coming in for the last little bit of damage. Gonna do enough, actually. On top of the Jaina as well, obviously helping. And no hard camp. Lost Vikings still soaking the other two lanes. Yeah, and they're 2 levels up at this point. mCon looking really, really strong. And they're gonna get yet another kill, if not another one. Yeah, Muradin jumps himself over the wall. Risky play, but that bottom part of the wall's gonna fall. Could escape, but doesn't receive enough heals from Braden to survive. Poshmap and Spiro on that Rainer and Falstad counter respectively. Is that the right word to say? Quite low on health. They're going to tap, and Rainer's adrenaline rush is going to come back up. Meanwhile, Lost Vikings doing Lost Vikings things as we hit level 10, which is a really, really big thing. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the heroics here. We've got Putrid Bile, Summon Water Elemental, obviously. Now just waiting for the Lost Vikings, who have gone with Spin to win. Mercenary Lord and Bribe. They're going to go play again. And we are going to get that Tranquility coming out here from the Malfurion. Now, quick little apologies again about the old school style of casting with no UI. It's just the way that it has to go with the old UIs, because yes, at least we can watch them, but it's not perfect. And Seismass, oh, he's going to be able to get away there. But Balog is not, as he gets absolutely crushed. Meanwhile, mCon, they're setting up here for kind of a bit of a backstab, and there goes a fantastic route by the Malfurion onto a Blizzard from the Jaina with the Cone of Cold and that Frostbolt. It's going to pick up the Rhaegar. They've got no healer now. The support is dead for Tonka Truck Crew, and that means that they can't fight this. We're going to have Diablo get caught out by a root. We're going to have the Leoric on the back. Steal some life from the Muradin there, as he did get hit by another stun. Oh, Diablo barely escaping with his life, as they don't want to push out and keep diving under this fort. Jaina taking a little bit of damage. The Rainer gets hooked in. The penetrating round is going to absolutely whiff. It was the wrong direction, and that's going to cause him to die and the Falstad to die as well. So, bit of a misplay there. But Tonka Truck Crew can still come back from this. The Garden Terrors are incredibly powerful. We've not, in fact, seen any of them so far this game. Meanwhile, we are going to have Rhaegar just cleaning up these siege giants that were spawning bottom, taken bribed by the Lost Vikings most likely. In fact, I would like to ooh, little fly there. No, can't select it at all. Okay, that's perfect. So Seismass on that Stitches, looks like he might get caught out here. He's just going to Putrid Bile and be able to run away. Meanwhile, the rest of his team are taking this top terror here. mCon looking very strong with lots of seeds. They've already got their terror up, and they have barely too few seeds for another one immediately after, which is what Seismass is actually just going to go straight for now. Meanwhile, there is a fight in the mid lane. Solid SMD in that terror, so we've got one of the Vikings in there. It's going to be Eric. And oh, Poshmap going to get destroyed there, just caught him. So this push is going to look really, really strong for mCon. They're going to move forwards. Terror just taking out the towers, the fort. So that's 2 out of the 3 forts dead. Meanwhile, we're going to have a split push here from Kirito, the team captain on the Leoric there. Rainer does get killed. I did miss that one. Probably just got caught out there a little bit. These Malfurion routes from Praedin have been absolutely stellar. And just real quick, I actually want to see. No, he hasn't gone with the increased range, so that's interesting to see. We're going to have Lightning Breath coming out from the Diablo right now, doing some damage, not really being as useful as I'm sure they wanted it to. And an amazing hook on the Falstad from the Stitches. Going to be able to Mighty Gust them away, but yeah, receives the Ancestral Healing to bring himself back up to full, but moves a bit of a weird way and gets bursted down quite heavily. He's already down to about a third health after receiving some heals. Gets hit by there's another hook there from Seismas. Doing what Razalat, previous member of this team, was so feared for. And in the meantime, Lost Vikings soak. Good old solid SMD. They're going to be able to mCon, come over here, take this, get enough seeds for yet another Terrors. Kirito doing a lot of work on that Garden Terror. Gonna get caught out here, and he won't be able to back out. He needs to mount up. Oh, there we go. He needed to mount up and head north. There was no way he was getting out of that. He's actually going to be able to a little bit though.
It's over for now.
And BBB, less of an escape than the Leoric. Going to come in, try and help his teammate out. He's just going to get hooked back in himself, and that's going to be Leoric dead and the Diablo most likely. So, questionable play again there from the Diablo. Leoric, the only one who has that legitimate escape. And even that wasn't enough, and he ended up getting killed himself. So both tanks dead. Ooh. As we see Falstad just get blown up, erased by a Jaina Blizzard. So level 16 out for mCon here. We're going to have, just quickly, brief look at the talents here. Executioner here for the Lost Vikings. So interesting choice. With a Jaina and a Stitches who's taking the slow on slam. Makes a lot of sense. You've also got Muradin's slow and stuns and Malfurion roots, so everything's looking good for that execution. Just means they're going to do a bit more damage. Oh, an amazing entomb into the Lightning Breath is going to actually not kill any. It's going to kill one of the Vikings, but that's going to cost the Leoric and the Diablo their lives. Diablo's going to come back almost immediately though because of his trait. Very powerful ability there. The Falstad might end up dying. No, not quite to the Stitches. Oh, there he goes. Finally get picked up by the Coney Colt and the Jaina, and with a Terror here, Solid SMD having Eric in it once again, it looks like that is going to be GG for mCon. Great Vikings picks, really nice to see. These teams are very well mannered, and yeah, mCon take one up in this best of 2 series. So we'll move straight on to the next game, which will be Mouse Control's map pick. So they're sat in a really good spot right now, having not picked that map.